What's up, Bronco people? Today we're going to be installing the UPR Products oil catch can on this 2022 Ford Bronco with the 2.3 liter. This install is specifically for the mid-2021 and 2022 model year Broncos and likely newer. But let's pop the hood and get right into it. First, let's go over the tools we need for the job. Here in order from left to right, we have an 11mm socket, a 5/32 Allen key, a ratcheting wrench, and the two tools here on the right hand side are specific to removing the battery. Those are a 1/2 inch or 13mm socket, an extension, and a 10mm wrench. And here's the UPR Products catch can we're going to be installing. To note here is the layout of the hoses. The top hose there has two 90-degree female fittings that's coming out of the side of the catch can, and then the hose that's coming out of the top of the catch can is a female 90-degree on that end with a male 90-degree on the other side. You might need to reference this picture when installing just to confirm that you have the hoses in the correct positions. Jumping right in, we are going to remove the battery. Seems to make the job a lot easier. So first thing, that 10mm wrench, we're going to remove the negative terminal on the battery. I've already got it loosened up here, so it's not going to take me too long to do so. The positive terminal is also a 10mm. We'll lift those up and put them out of the way, and then remove the battery tie downs, which are that 13mm or 1/2 inch socket, using that extension as well. Again, these are finger tight for me, so they came right off, but you might have to spend a little bit more time with them. But they're not on there too tight. Once you get the battery tie down off, you'll be ready to remove the battery. And the battery itself is quite heavy, especially with a truck sitting up on a Sasquatch package, so I do stand on a ramp in order to pull that out of there. With the battery removed, you can see where that bracket is going to bolt to. It is that lower bolt hole kind of underneath the square opening, that oblong bolt hole there beneath. You'll have the bolt and a washer running through that bracket, and on the back side, on the inside of the battery tray, will go the washer and the nut itself holding everything together. So you can see that washer on the inside. As I line this up here, we have the washer and the nut. We'll go ahead and get that pretty snug for now. And use that 5/32 Allen key and the 11mm socket. You'll snug it up. Put it in the correct position, kind of 90 degrees upward. Fidget with the Allen key as you try to get it in there blind, but you'll get it. And I'm going to tighten this up nice and good and throw the battery back in it before proceeding with the rest of the install. Got this part sped up here as we're just reversing the process, putting that battery back in, reinstalling the tie down, and reinstalling those battery terminals. You should do the reverse there as well, reinstalling the positive battery terminal before putting on the negative. Once the battery's all buttoned up, you're going to be ready to undo the PCV hose on the intake. So this is a quick release. There's just a button on the bottom side. I'm using my left hand and my thumb uh, to press that button, and that slips right off of there. You can see it's kind of got some spring to it. It's not the easiest thing to bend. I'll clip it back on here to show you. I try to do it with my right hand, and I kind of have some trouble, but um, I go at it with my left hand, put my thumb underneath it, give it a pinch, and it slips right off. With that hose removed, it's time to grab your catch can. I'm going to show you the photo here for reference. You want the male fitting on the other end to go to the top side of the catch can and the female fitting to go onto the side. You're going to clip those up first so you can grab it all as one piece like I have here and slide those two lines together under that existing brake hose. That takes the guesswork out. Once, with the catch can already installed in the vehicle, you know on the other end which side goes where because they are male and female. So you'll mount the catch can up using that thumb screw and hop over to the hoses, which are truly plug and play. You see here the white clip is sticking out of that quick release. I did it the hard way originally. Yours will not be sticking out like that. You just have to press the button. But you see here the male fitting goes into that PCV hose, and the female end goes onto the intake manifold. And before we go, we'll touch on how to service your catch can. It really couldn't be easier. I did purchase the oil drain kit, but it's really not a necessity. The easiest way I found is just to undo these fittings here. And with those kind of up and out of the way, you can remove that bolt from the mount and the catch can. Oh, be sure you don't drop that or lose that. The hook that they have on there is a really nice touch. Once you get it unmounted, you can twist the bottom off and dump the contents. My first oil change, about 5,000 miles, there was a decent amount in there, nothing too crazy, but it is definitely doing its job. Easy to tighten back together. You just kind of get it snug. Doesn't need to be super tight, but snugged up. Slide it back in place. Put the thumb bolt back on. And I found the hoses kind of lay in place, and it's easy to know which one came off of which fitting. The shorter one here is the one closer, and the longer fitting goes onto the top. But you snap those in place, and you are good to go. Thanks for watching.